Yeah. Big JTV. Like, comment, subscribe. Of course, like, comment, and subscribe. So, you know what I'm saying? Apparently, my channel is now the Coach Prime, Colorado Buffs, and Stephen A. report. But let me just tell y'all the truth. I'll tell y'all the truth right now. They had a terrible loss against Stanford. My last video, I talked about it. And Stephen A. Smith, Shannon, and First Take talked about it. And Stephen A. accurately said it was a disgrace. It was not good. And to blow a 29-point lead at halftime, it's one of the, and you could argue it's the biggest loss in Colorado football history. And it just exposed what I already said, and one of my criticisms for this team, that the defense is absolutely terrible. And, you know, Coach Prime, you would expect to have a very solid defense, him being a defensive player, right? And then a lot of the critics and criticism started. Now, let's be real. Some are fair criticisms. For example, criticisms from, real football analysts, right? And then there's some hateful ones like, Jason Whitlock, who, yes, Jason Whitlock did hit on a few things, but Jason Whitlock's personal animus and hate fuels his insane coverage of Deion. You know what I mean? And also clicks, because Deion is one of the most popular stories in sports all year, right? Now, let's be real now. Yes, it was a total disgrace. Yes, it was a total collapse by especially the Colorado defense and also the Colorado offense for not making points, right? So Deion replied on a tweet about it and he said, yes, you're right. Let's move on, right? Now, I like the fact that Coach Prime is taking accountability for this. The real fact is, and I got to agree with Shannon Sharp, because Shannon Sharp brought this up and I saw it on the stat sheet. The Buffaloes had 17 penalties for 100-some yards, man. 17 penalties for 100 and something yards loss. Or maybe it could be seen as a gain for Stanford. You are not going to win football games that way, bro. You are going to lose a lot of games like that. And this is very different from the beginning of the season, because when they beat, TCU, they had very little penalties. They only had 5. When they beat Nebraska, they had very little penalties. I think they had 7, right? They were pretty clean and disciplined, right? It's just that when it came to big-time games like Oregon, like USC, they were starting to slip up. Now, after they beat Arizona State last week, the confidence was high, but that was a risky game as well. So when they lost to Stanford, you start to see there's a lack of discipline within the Colorado Buffs. Now, what's the issue? I think the issue is that, the confidence that, Coach Prime is giving them has started to turn into arrogance, and has started to turn into, unwavering and unnecessary confidence. You know what I mean? So they needed to be humbled in a sense. You know what I mean? They're going, offsides. They have some taunting penalties. They're just an undisciplined squad, right? And this is where good coaching has to come up, right? I told you, this is a 6-7, maybe even an 8-win team. This is not going to be a team that, is going to the Natty Championship. No, but it can get into a bowl game. It can get 7 games and be bowl eligible. But that means that they have to end their season on a run, and they have to end the season playing right, playing strong, disciplined football. And the only way to do that is to be coached right and being pushed. So, for all the confidence that Deion has, he earned it. He was one of the best college football players, one of the best professional football players, one of the best athletes ever born and studied on mankind. So for me, if I'm Prime, I got to get in my Nick Saban bag. I got to get in my old school Bobby Knight bag. I have to make these kids run sprints. I have to make them maybe even 2-a-days, get them to grind and get them to do multiple push-ups if they get a flag in practice. You know what I mean? You have to take it to the highest level. And this is part of what happens when you rebuild a program. Now, why is Coach Prime getting all the attention? Because he's entertaining. Because he good at what he do. He good for the camera, right? And the jealousy and hatred from some people, like the Jason Whitlocks of the world, make his story even more fascinating. He's polarizing. So for me, I expect Prime and the Buffs to win 2, maybe 3 more games out of the 6 that are left, I believe. And, you know what I mean? Be eligible for a bowl game. Let's see what happens, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Stephen A. goes off on Coach Prime. Was it warranted? Was it granted? Was it not? Let me know in the comments, man. And also check out the videos on the end screen, man. Like, comment, sub, I'm out.